Welcome to Story Sprout, where every little story is a tiny seed, and today's tale just might grow something wonderful inside you. Have you ever had a friend so close you could finish each other's sentences? That was Leo and Lucas, best friends since kindergarten. Same class, same lunch table, same soccer team. But here's the thing about friendships. Sometimes they don't break with a loud crash. Sometimes they crack quietly, and you don't notice until there's a gap between you. This is the story of a game, a misunderstanding, and a bridge that took more than wood and nails to build. It was the championship game. Score tied. Less than a minute on the clock.
Let's go, team. One more push.
Lucas, over here, I'm open.
But Lucas didn't pass. His eyes locked on the goal. He wanted the winning shot.
It would have been a goal if you passed.
I thought I could make it.
The game ended with no goal, and with something even bigger. A seed of frustration planted between two friends. Neither boy said another word the whole ride home. Monday came with gray clouds and the smell of rain clinging to the hallways. In the cafeteria, kids laughed and traded snacks, but Lucas sat alone at the far table, chewing slowly on a slice of pizza that didn't taste like much. Leo was across the room, surrounded by his usual group, but he didn't look over. Not once. That space between them wasn't just the length of the lunchroom. It was the weight of a whole game's worth of unspoken words.
Hey, aren't you sitting with Lucas today?
Nah, I'm fine here.
And Leo? He noticed, but he didn't walk over either. At recess, they played on different sides of the field. In class, Lucas stopped saving the seat next to him. And at dismissal, they walked home on opposite sides of the street. By Wednesday, the rain had returned, tapping against the classroom windows. Mr. Harris, their coach, stood at the front with his clipboard. He said the old equipment shed needs fixing because of leaky roof. They also need help setting up for the bake sale. A few kids volunteered right away. Then Mr. Harris read the first two names on his list.
All right, folks. The old equipment shed needs fixing before the next game. We'll need volunteers. Leo and Lucas. You two work on the roof.
Of course.
That's great.
It wasn't the project they wanted, but maybe it was the one they needed. Friday afternoon smelled like sawdust and damp wood. The shed's wooden planks creaked under their feet, and water dripped from the ceiling into a metal bucket. Plink, plink, plink. Leo handed Lucas nails without looking at him.
Here, nails.
Thanks.
Lucas held the ladder without speaking. The silence felt heavier than the boxes stacked along the walls. Neither boy wanted to be there, but neither wanted to be the first to break the quiet. Every tap of the hammer echoed in the quiet space between them. Leo stepped outside to grab more shingles. The rain had turned the ground into a muddy trap. His sneaker slid, and for a split second, he saw himself falling face first into the muck. Then, a hand grabbed his arm. Firm, steady, familiar. Lucas. They locked eyes for half a second. No smiles, no thanks. But the smallest crack appeared in the wall between them. It wasn't a handshake, but it was the first time they'd touched in weeks.
Whoa.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
As the hours passed, something shifted. A quick, hand me that, turned into, thanks. A muttered, yeah, turned into an actual laugh when the hammer slipped and hit the wood with a loud clunk. They still weren't friends again. Not yet. But they weren't enemies either, and that was enough to keep working.
Hold that board steady.
Like this?
Yeah, that's good.
Nice one.
Better than your kick last practice.
You missed a nail there.
Yeah? You missed 3 earlier.
When the last shingle slid into place, the shed looked sturdy again. The rain had stopped, leaving the air cool and fresh. Leo stepped back, wiping sweat from his forehead. Lucas leaned on the ladder, breathing hard. The shed wasn't perfect, but it stood strong, and maybe, just maybe, so did the bridge they were starting to build.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't do too bad. You know, maybe we both wanted to win so badly that we forgot the team comes first.
Yeah, guess friendship works the same way.
The next morning, the playground smelled like cinnamon rolls and chocolate chip cookies. Long tables stretched in neat rows, covered in pies, brownies, and cupcakes topped with colorful swirls of frosting. Behind it all stood the shed, dry and safe. Under its new roof, Mr. Harris clapped both boys on the shoulders. Leo and Lucas glanced at each other, just for a moment. And maybe, for the first time all week, they both smiled.
Nice work. Couldn't have done it without you two.
Guess we make a good team when we try.
Yeah, we do.
A week later, the field glowed under the setting sun. Lucas had the ball again. Leo was open. This time, Lucas didn't hesitate.
Nice shot, Leo.
Nice pass.
The pass was clean. Leo kicked, strong, sure, and straight into the net. The crowd erupted, but even louder than the cheers was the sound of their laughter as they ran toward each other, high-fiving like old times. For the first time in weeks, Leo and Marcus locked eyes. This time, instead of anger, there was something different. Trust. Marcus jogged over, and Leo held out his hand. Sometimes a friendship doesn't need a big apology. Sometimes it needs a small act of trust. A pass, a shared laugh, a project finished together. And now, it's your turn. Think about someone you used to be close to. Maybe a friend, a teammate, even a family member. Is there a small bridge you could start building today? It might be a message, a smile, a want to hang out, or even just listening when they need it. Friendships aren't just something we have. They're something we work on. So go on, take the first step. If you liked this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. We share a brand new story every week. Stories that help you grow kinder, wiser, and braver. And remember, big hearts grow from little stories.